Hello, and welcome to the Kathleen Spracklin podcast. I am a woman on a mission to gather a cadre of writers, thinkers, and teachers who are transforming the world, one character at a time. And it all starts with one thing, a deep understanding of human motivation, why people do what they do, and the forces that drive them. To gain that understanding, I am mining the intersection of psychology, theology, and philosophy to make you a better writer. This is episode 70, Generosity as the Point of a Scene. Where's the struggle? I've been modeling for the past 3 weeks now a design for a new round of lessons on the character traits. My 35 lesson course has only 2 lessons left, and I'm thinking ahead to where to go next. And the plan for the next one is, instead of having a progressive course, to have drop-in classes. And instead of once a week with everything thrown into one lesson, spreading it out through the week in shorter sessions and playing with the character traits in a more playful way, in a more interactive way. And now this is the third character trait. The first 2 that I played with was using magnificence as the driver of a plot, loyalty as the driver of a subplot, and now here in this third week, I'm playing with generosity as the driver of a scene. So we're getting smaller and smaller in the story, and we're going from a broad, strong character trait that could carry a lot of weight down to a character trait that can be very nuanced and can help create a character that's more believable. So this episode 70 and the next 2 are going to be, when they're in the course, are going to be interactive, where the people taking the course are going to be invited to play with maybe writing little snippets of code, of story, definitely thinking about the story elements as in rather specific way. At this point, the classes, or those who want to respond, will dive into a private network, a mighty community, which we're calling Lilypub. So these will normally be during the week, the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the week, and they will not be on YouTube, but they will be in a private network. So this is just playing with the concept right now. So we're looking at generosity, which we set up sort of a map to generosity yesterday, and we talked a little bit about how it plays out for a character. And now for this exercise, for today's playing around with it, we want to think about the struggle aspects of generosity. What would cause a person to have challenges with generosity? Now, we said that generosity came out of abundance, out of gratitude for good things that were given to our character, and our character wishes to respond by passing the goodness along. Whereas the opposite of generosity, hoarding, comes out of mentality of scarcity. So when you're developing this for a character, you could develop it on either side. So now we'll think about, for today, just ponder the concept of where does the struggle come from between being generous and hoarding. Those 2 seem very, very polar opposites. What happens at the choice point? What kinds of mental talk does your character do at the choice point? Isn't it more often that you would think of as a person just being naturally generous or just naturally hoarding? How often does it come into play as a question? And that is what you are invited to play with today. Over in the mighty community that we're going to be establishing, we'll be able to talk a lot more freely. But please feel free to make some comments here in the YouTube, in the comments section, and say a little bit if you could think about where would the struggle come from for a character that you would be writing. So this is the challenge for today, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.